Yeah, it is a good morning. It's a good Friday morning. Nice looking morning. The sun is casting its golden light upon the Paddock Mall, casting its golden light upon the palm trees right outside the windows of WOCA, the source, as we begin our Friday broadcast this 13th day of June. It is Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
The solar flares from the sun that left the sun, yesterday, 2 days ago, they're expected to hit planet Earth today.
I know, isn't that
Make
something?
sure you're wearing your reflective gear today.
Yeah, I have to have that Reynolds wrap covering you.
Make sure you we don't know what it's going to do. It might knock the radio off there. We don't know what it's going to do.
Well, we have Reynolds wrap in the back.
We'll have to just talk really loud. Just talk really loud if that happens. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
I'm great, Larry. Good morning. How are you?
Friday the 13th. You feeling lucky today?
Yep. Full moon tonight, too.
Full moon, solar flares, Friday the 13th, all things coming together at one time.
Yep.
It must mean something to somebody.
Exactly.
It means nothing to me.
Means...
And the voice you're hearing right there trying to say something is Doug Smith. Doug, Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
Joining us today. Got a good show planned today. 7:35, I want to talk about the freedom of speech that we embrace. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion.
Okay.
Or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Mm-hmm. Or abridging the freedom of speech. Or of the press.
Yeah.
Or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. Mm-hmm. And to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's the text of the First Amendment to the United States Constitution, which grants us our freedom of speech.
That's right.
However, there are some places where you are prohibited from speaking freely. And I'm not just talking about yelling fire in a movie theater.
Yeah.
For example, we were at one time, several years ago, scheduled to perform music, Christmas music, at Rainbow Springs State Park, which is a state park.
Yes, we were.
And we were told that we would be not allowed to sing any songs that had references that were religious in nature in the songs. Mm-hmm. So we could sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but we couldn't sing, what's a good...
Oh, Holy Night.
Yeah, there you go. Couldn't do that.
No.
So we didn't do it at all. And
No,
so...
we refused.
And in your workplace... You really don't have the freedom to just be yelling out curse words. Your boss might have a rule against it, and he has a right to have a rule against it. Mm-hmm. But the reason I'm bringing it up at 7:35, there's a guy, one of the Duck Dynasty fans, according to the Washington Times, a guy here in Florida, let's see, a fan of the Duck Dynasty's Phil Robertson, Mike, two employees of the Elgin Air Force Base here in Florida might lose their jobs if a government union has their way, because according to the Washington Times, the local chapter of the American Federation of Government Employees wants to have two senior managers fired or removed from their jobs because they have Duck Dynasty I Support Phil decals on their vehicles parked in the parking lot.
Oh, my gosh. That parking lot is part of a government installation.
Part of a government installation.
Yes.
So you have a right to freedom of speech, except. And so I want to talk about those exceptions, and let's see what you have to say about it. Yesterday we had this wonderful discussion about James Madison and his whole idea of freedom of speech.
Yeah,
and,
that was wonderful.
And this country and the Constitution, and the discussion we had was with none other, we're proud to say, Mrs. Cheney, Dick Cheney's wife.
Yeah, she gave us...
Of course, she's got her identity of her own. We shouldn't always attach people to other people, but that's who she is, Lynn Cheney.
Yeah,
anyway,
she's wonderful.
So we'll talk about freedom of speech and places where it is legal to prohibit you from speaking freely. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting observation there.
I bet.
It's a lot of stuff you can't do. A lot of things you can't say. All right, so at 8:30, that's what we'll do at 7:35. At 8:35, News Bites. We take the news from around the world, around the nation, around the state, and around town. And what do we do, Doug? We read it.
Read it.
Short. We have a short form of it, right?
Yes.
Jim George is not going to be in at 9:05, but It is his portion of the morning. He told us last week he'd be out somewhere, and he's sending his daughter, Michelle.
Yep.
So Michelle, I don't know if her last name is George or not, but she will be here to talk about cable and et cetera. So looking forward to meeting her. I don't think I've met her before.
No, she hasn't been in. But Jim's going to school. You have to go for X number of hours every year to keep your licenses up, and that's what he's doing this weekend in Tampa, I think.
X number.
Because every profession has different
I just like the expression.
required hours, like CPAs.
But you look nice.
Stuff.
Yellow becomes
Thank
you.
you. Well, thank you very much.
Is that a good word? Becomes you.
Thank you.
Horse Sense with the Equine Alliance of Marion County is today. Today's the Friday. Of course, they come in every Friday at 9:35. And boy, the big issue last week was the argument about whether or not the rules should be changed for the Triple Crown. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if that's what they plan on saying. That's their show, so I don't dictate what they say, but I'd be interested to hear what they've got to say. I think I know their feelings on that, though. Crystal did a good job of explaining her feelings on Facebook when that happened last week.
Most excellent. I concur with her.
Ocala Magazine today with Kelly Hart. She'll be on the air with her program. Not so sure what she's talking about. No. Laura Riley at 10:35. Laura is a retired clinical psychologist, and she's written a book called Tell Me of Brave Women, depicting the lives of 3 unique women from different parts of the world as they each battle through their own gender-based injustices.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. The roles women play in today's society. Okay, that's 10:35. 11:05, Dr. Lori Marker, one of the world's leading experts on cheetahs.
I am so looking forward to this interview with
Cheetahs. These are the cats on the Cheetos bag.
Yeah.
Right? A Future for Cheetahs is the name of her book. Mm-hmm. She's received the Zoological Society's Conservation Medal of Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
Wow, she's got a lot of credentials that have to do with animals and wildlife. So looking forward to having her on. Is she with National Geographic? No.
No, she's independent.
She's with cheetah.org.
That's right.
Cheetah.
That's right. She's one of the world's leading experts on cheetahs, so nobody else probably knows more than her.
Doug, do you know anything about cheetahs?
A little bit.
Yeah? What, because you cheat a lot or what?
No.
I'm just teasing. All right, and then when we have fun with Joe.
Oh, yeah. Who's your daddy? Not you, who's your daddy? Well, I tried.
Who's your daddy? Yeah. On Fun with Joe, I will, it's Father's Day on Sunday.
I'm not thinking in no love. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
That's Ringo, by the way.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know who the girl is.
Who's your daddy? Not you, who's your daddy?
I can picture him rocking on with this song.
All right, who's your dad? So I will tell you the child, and you will tell me the father of some famous individuals. That's our fun with Joe game today. I'll tell you the child, you tell me the father.
Okay,
because
excellent.
it is Father's Day on Sunday.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Well, that wasn't a very good edit right there, was it? And then on the segment we do with Galen Unol, I always love trying to put something together that'll be fun for Galen and for us. And today I was looking at some nicknames of baseball players, and I don't know all of the nicknames of the baseball players. So I have some.
Okay.
I didn't know any, to be honest. Well, there might have been a few, like the Babe. I guess I knew that one.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth.
That's about what I know.
Yeah. There might be a few that I'm just not thinking of, but anyway, so I want to talk about baseball players' nicknames. It's been a tradition in our country, and the question I really have for Galen, and I really couldn't find this, like any essay or anything online about this, is have we stopped that tradition?
Oh, okay.
I remember as a kid with the baseball cards that my friends would get, because I was more into music, but they would get baseball cards and they all had nicknames. Like I think Whitey Ford. Isn't Whitey a nickname?
Yes.
Okay, so there's one right there. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. I think today, in today's politically correct world, I mean, the government wants
Whitey.
to change the names of the sports teams.
Yeah, Whitey might not be a good one.
Yeah, right. They're probably put a kibosh on the nicknames of the players too. So it's just really, it's too sad. But Galen knows. Galen's the expert.
So we'll have fun. We'll have fun with Galen on that segment, and so there you go. A couple things in the news that we want to look at today. First of all, there's a video out there And it's, boy, the text that comes with it is not English. I don't know what language it is, but they're trying to, in this video, they're trying to lift what looks like a race car or some kind of a car, and it's on a platform and it's on a crane, and they're lifting it up, and they forgot to put the emergency brake on, or the parking brake, whatever you want to call it.
You showed that to me. That was
and it rolls
horrible.
off and falls about maybe 20 feet. You think it fell?
Yeah, I guess they don't believe in bungee cords.
Enough to do damage. Also, today in the news, Ruby Dee has passed away.
Oh.
Do you remember Ruby Dee?
Yes, I do.
Stage and screen actress. She died at her home in New Rochelle. She was 91 years old. Pretty lady. Wow.
Yeah.
Really pretty lady.
Opposite Sidney Poitier in that black and white film they did. What was it? Was it Raisin in the Sun?
Now, when you say black and white, do you mean
Something.
racially black and white? Or?
No. In the before Technicolor, before the NBC Peacock.
Well, she was in the Raisin in the Sun. She was in the
Raisin
Jackie
in the
Robinson
Sun.
story. Oh, is that the one you meant?
Yeah, and she was good in that movie too. the
American
Jackie
Gangster,
Robinson story.
Buck and the Preacher, Do the Right Thing. Anyway, she passed away.
Oh wow, she was absolutely so expressive.
She had friends in high places. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. was one of her friends. Malcolm X was another one of her friends. So 91 years old. The World Cup action gets into full swing today with 3 matches. Spain versus the Netherlands game is in a rematch of the 2010 final.
Oh my.
And one of the things people are enjoying is their nickname. Let's see, the Indomitable Lions.
Ooh, I like that one.
The Spain versus Netherlands game, that's the one, is a rematch. Cameroon also plays, we like their nickname, the Indomitable Lions. In yesterday's opening set, host Brazil beat Croatia 3-1.
Oh my gosh.
And now I know where Croatia is. I should have known.
Well, you educated me where it was, so now I know. I have it in my head.
You should have known all along, right? But I never knew about the, what was the coast called again in Croatia? It's like the French Riviera of that area.
Oh, yeah.
It's called, don't tell me.
I forget what
Dalmatian
you said. That's it.
Beach or something?
Dalmatian spots.
Dalmatian
Dalmatian or Dalmatian
anyway.
something.
The Dalmatian coast.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, I got it in before we had to go. All right, we do have to take a little break. Fox News is coming up, and then we're going to talk about freedom of speech and where you are not free to speak freely.
Nice.
Even if it's not a curse word, it might be a prayer. We'll be back with that after the news.
Fox News Radio, I'm Steve Rappaport. Sergeant Bo Bergdahl is back on U.S. soil, taken to a military hospital in Texas.
A Pentagon spokesman says Bergdahl, quote, will continue the next phase of his reintegration process. There is no timeline for this process. Our focus remains on his health and well-being. Bergdahl was swapped for 5 Taliban prisoners from Gitmo on May 31st.
Fox's Molly Henneberg. President Obama threatening military action in Iraq to stop a growing insurgency.
We do have a stake in making sure that these jihadists are not getting a permanent foothold.
Sunni militants capturing key cities as they march toward Baghdad. One win away from an NBA title.
Leonard on the follow. Kawhi Leonard throws it down, and it's a 22-point game.
Courtesy ESPN on ABC, the Spurs routing the Heat 107-86. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto, shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network.
Here are the categories.
I'll take Mike Scott Plumbing for 1,000, please, Alex.
Answer. Daily double.
I'll wager 5,000.
All right. Here is the clue. PU is the type of this complication.
What is a sewage backup?
Yes, that's right.
It's all fun and games until something happens to you, like a septic system failure or a clogged drain or line, leaving you saying PU. But not to worry, Mike Scott Plumbing is there to get you out of that jeopardy and back on track. And they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. From septic pumping to lawn irrigation to high-efficiency water heaters. At Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Stop by one of the newly renovated showrooms in Hernando or Wildwood, or call today, 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.